It's Jasiri o'clock, and you know what that means. It means it's an hour of some of the best conversation you'll find anywhere on TV. Now, we hope that you had a spectacular Valentine's Day filled with love and pleasant surprises. I had a great evening with Labu, as you know, and Catherine was there too, looking like a red doll, if I say so myself. And I know she had fun because now her voice is running away, isn't it, Catherine?
Well, at least we can vouch for the fact that we had so much fun. Oh, Lord, blessings. Please tell me you didn't spend the day serenading your mirror.
Funny enough, I was at the event, but I don't like people that don't.
I did not see her.
I was.
So you came in like a thief in the night?
And left like a thief in the night.
Well, basically it was night. Yeah. I mean, well, look, the roses weren't even so red. The trumpet wasn't rapture standard. The chocolates were too spicy. So I think that really the pressure wasn't even getting to me. Anyways, I mean, did you guys see the billboards though? Oh my God. Like,
the billboards were billboarding.
people were literally putting their lovers on
The billboard
like
was
billboards.
billboarding.
Yeah, I mean, you have to show that, yo, this is mine. He, she is taken.
See what we're talking about.
But like, isn't this too much though?
Billboarding. What is too much when it comes to love?
My dear, I don't think.
There's some people that don't like
do you
this
know how
kind
I
of
would
displays.
feel?
Oh, you're just seeing it.
Do you know how I would feel if I was up in there?
But
And you're driving through and you say, yo.
But do you think that was
Mabu did
romantic
that.
or was it just cloud chasing? Because I mean, they knew that it was going to end up on social media.
I don't know. So I feel we're putting ourselves in a really tough place. So I should not do something now because it's going to end up on social media. I should not do something that my love will like because the other people will put it on social media and then start accusing me of clout. It feels like we're starting to restrict people because we're also worried about what social media will say.
No, but I think that at the same time, we're doing things because we're worried about what social media will say. Especially if now there's one of those people on billboards. Okay, this is not her, but she's an influencer. And, you know, she's someone who always puts things out there. So maybe the guy just thought, this is an influencer. If I don't do anything,
Are we
I'm in
sure there was a
trouble.
guy?
No. Actually, you know, she usually posts.
Hey,
the
Gen
guy.
Z.
The guy.
Yeah.
Gen Z body.
Yeah, she posts the guy.
wow.
So that there is a guy, but yeah, that's her. That's her. And
More than one billboard in this Lagos. Do you know how expensive outdoor advertising is?
I feel like
too
see, some
expensive
people are
for
just
love,
pressured to do
guys?
things because of social
I'm the one who
media.
said it too.
what's
I'm the
too
one
expensive
But you know
for
what? I need to ask you ladies, was there, I almost wore black this morning, and I don't understand that the day after Valentine's Day, the two of you are wearing black, looking like you're mourning.
No,
is there
really.
something I need to know?
No, really, Tolu. I needed to step down. Yesterday was hot.
Yesterday was
It
hot.
was much.
Yesterday was
It was overwhelming.
It was.
I couldn't even sleep.
I have a different reason though. Me, I'm mourning not receiving gifts on Valentine's. So.
Blessing.
What are we calling her?
Little tissue here or something.
Wait, no, not a single gift.
No, you know, I mean, I saw a tweet where someone said, I knew I wasn't getting something, but I actually did get something.
As in, I ate somebody's cupcake yesterday because they sent gift to her. I smelled her flowers and I said, our head of legal almost took somebody's huge pink giant teddy bear yesterday.
Oh my God.
It was so fluffy and I'm
You
like,
know, some people
the good
buy
thing
those
is-
flowers to take pictures.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
but no,
The
that's
good
not
thing
people's
is, right,
gifts.
something about me, I would always gift myself.
Yes, that's the
Because
thing.
I'm in
You
love
are
with
a
myself.
self-lover.
No,
I am in love with
she's
myself.
a gift to the person.
Yeah, call
Yeah.
me narcissist, but I'm gonna raise my standard by myself so
Gang,
that when
gang.
that guy comes, he's gonna know that
Gang, gang.
I ain't someone to joke
A
with.
word. A word was said. All right, so while we have seen some faces on billboards, others were receiving some more relevant presents, and probably presents they can't take to social media. But some others, well, let's just say Cupid seemed to have missed the road.
I miss Rodo.
No, Cupid missed road yesterday.
missed
did he
road.
not?
Speak for yourself, guys. No.
But we're not at
That's
the same
true,
event.
Catherine.
Were we not at the same event?
Yeah, but before then.
The event was just at 9 too. Catherine, what were you up to?
Before then, well,
There we go.
We're going to hear this off air.
And we're waiting for all the proposal videos that would have happened yesterday
God,
as well.
no.
Oh.
Anyways.
But wait, how do you guys feel about these? I said it again, public proposals. I'm in a movie theater and I came to watch Guardians of the Galaxy. I came to watch Tribe of Judah. And you will pause the movie, especially if you're pausing it in the middle to do across the screen. I don't want to ever spend my life without you.
and
I went to go and eat dinner.
Yeah.
You will.
I mean,
and then a typical Nigerian will say,
sweet.
oh boy, carry this thing, go outside, go propose to them. And then another person will say, why is he bad belaying you?
No, but I actually do like that Nigerians are now catching on, though.
But is this a skit? So she was taking error, cut, director, cut. No. These kind of images I don't want to be showing on my TV.
What just happened, though?
What just happened? She was the one walking in.
Oh my Lord.
He's like, the Cupid did not shoot the arrow on time. What's going on?
Yes, I can.
You saw this one? But what were the two of you
I love
thinking?
it.
I love it. This I can do.
This is the catastrophe that I'm talking about. Scatter it. They don't deserve it.
Oh my God. And there's actually a platter. But what were you thinking?
No, they didn't time it. They didn't time. They didn't gauge.
It was supposed to be romantic.
You people do
But it
not
would
have
bring
good
them
spirits.
closer. Things like this would bring them closer. Oh, baby, remember the time we went to the beach?
And I almost got carried away.
May they survive to tell the story.
No,
There's so. What's this?
it's a gift, ne?
What is it?
Fufu.
Atikini.
Is that not plantain?
Abi, is it chicken?
No, I think they want to use it to appease the gods.
No. So the red ribbon is for Valentine's.
This cannot be Valentine's gift. It can't be.
There you go.
There's heat.
No, this one.
This one.
If anybody who
subscribe
gives
to
you a
this.
rechargeable fan, because I don't even know where the electricity is
subscribe
coming from.
to this one.
They love you. They love you.
Please, carry on.
The heat is unrelenting.
No, but why is the fan this color though? Looks like something you're taking for sacrifice.
It's Valentine's now.
Look at it.
It's
But what's green, white, red?
Is Nigeria not green? There's at least a predominance
And
of
then
green.
love, you know.
Oh my God.
I'm in love in Nigeria.
No, keep this away from me.
like it.
All right, so we've shown you some of the things that are happening on social media for Valentine's, but there's still some gist on social media that's also, of course, carrying the day, and it has to do with none other than one of our biggest Afrobeat stars. Now, Davido is in the news again because one of his aides assaulted a fan who was trying to get a picture. So this is the video you're seeing, and it seems that he's back in the country anyway, but somewhere we all know that hosts some of the biggest events here in Lagos, and the fan was walking right beside him and was trying to take a selfie with Davido. So there are two instances. People actually don't think didn't know there are two instances. This one that the fan was walking towards Davido where he's talking to a few people. Yeah. Then there's another instance with this same aide. A fan was actually very much beside Davido, holding up his phone to take a selfie. The aide reached across Davido and again hit another fan, Asheju, or protecting his assets.
Nah, this one is pure.
I can understand.
Understand what?
That when you're in the public eye like that, anything can happen. Someone can bring a dagger and stab you. Anybody can. Listen, the unimaginable and unthinkables, they do happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I have a problem with is him getting physical.
Yeah.
I know that Nigerians, our ginger is plenty, but sometimes you need to rein it in. Because if you don't do that, there's a tendency for you to overdo. And when you overdo, you elbow the person and say, don't you know he's Davido, don't you know?
The thing is, I beg to differ, because if you're going too close to a celebrity, you will see what your eye is not ready to see. Because, I mean, this same person has probably gone through a lot of things that made, the aide say, you know what, I got to do my job. Probably some time ago, they would have said, step it down a little. I mean, these are humans and all, but you see that people do too much. You see concerts where people are literally pulling someone's pants down.
Savage.
You see concerts where people are literally grabbing people's boobs. So you expect me not to do my job? I give you a boob.
So this is where I differ from you guys on this. While I understand the need to protect, I'm calling him the asset, the celebrity. If you look at that video, too many people were already too close. There was literally no, I won't say a barricade. There was literally nothing around Davido. So you see like two big guys there, and it just feels like
if you know Davido, you know, okay.
It feels like there's not enough protection around him as it is. Why is it the same guy who's attending to everybody? You have an asset out in public. Why don't you have somebody like Kiss Daniel's bodyguard? Remember that video trended? Yeah. So Mr. Macaroni also got into this conversation, and he said that this is sad and highly condemnable. There is absolutely no need for this assault, and this is dehumanizing, and I speak against it because I know exactly how this feels. The change that we seek must begin with us. Exclamation and at the end of the day, yes, fans are responsible to an extent. Let's take that down. Fans are responsible to an extent for your fame, for what is coming, what you have become, but you are also a person, and yes, you deserve security, but then let's have professional security. Because when people, this guy's name is Lati, Nigerians have gone to dig it out. And apparently he was like a former driver and everything that's been upgraded or whatnot. Does he know what he's supposed to do? He could have stopped both of these fans without physically assaulting them.
So why did the fans?
He would be sued if it was anywhere but Nigeria.
His duty is to protect Davido. Davido has known him since he was a
another way to
child.
protect Davido other than that.
Why didn't the fans seek permission? For example, oh, please, hello, I would like to take a selfie with David.
Because Davido is known to not care. Because did you also not see that both times Davido just barely looked? It didn't even register to him that somebody around him was getting assaulted.
Do you know how often these things happen to him, though? Do you know how often?
So then his security is lapsed.
I also blame, Tolu, you know we can be badly, I also blame the fans because we can be badly behaved.
We do too much.
Yes.
I mean, in December, somebody, before she, a celebrity now, not an African, but before she actually posted that she gave birth and she was pregnant, she wasn't ready to share the news. And people literally kept going for months to her page. And I was like, why can't you tell us you're pregnant? We watch your videos, we do this, we do that. You owe us. I don't owe you. Fans do too much. We need to pipe it down.
I agree that there's much to it, but at the end of the day, I come back to Davido and his aide. If Davido doesn't think there's an issue with his aide assaulting someone, there's a problem. And if the aide thinks that the only way to protect Davido is to assault someone, there's a problem.
So do you think that the underlying issue here, because it's been whispered in corners and corridors.
Do you think that this aide would do this if they were in the US?
No, hold on.
Huh?
Let me take it first with where I'm going. People think and people rarely say, but we know that when it comes to David, people say, oh, he's a thug, he has thugs around him. Do you think this is thug behavior?
I think it's thug behavior.
No, I don't think. Maybe
I want to say, because we have to go, I want to separate instances. If you're on stage and a fan is trying to pull someone down the way they tried to pull Tiwa Savage down, I'm gonna kick out. That's a different thing. We've seen it with Burner. We've seen Wizkid be rushed on stage, and we've seen how security has come like football player, rugby player, and just bounce the guy. Yeah. That's different. You're on stage, nobody is there. But this is obviously a situation where Davido was surrounded by fans, surrounded by people he was engaging with. It was his security's responsibility to have some form of cordon, some form of space between him and other people, fans, who are not supposed to get close. I don't say that he's wrong for wanting to step in. I'm saying the way he stepped in. No, and that person has every single right to sue. That was physical assault.
But then again, let's not forget that for every video, there probably is context. Again, I'm not saying that he should have assaulted, but maybe, what if they had said, oh, don't come close, everybody stay away. Or maybe someone had even come before and they said, if you come close, I will slap you.
And then we don't hear.
So there's always
and there's also the risk, man. He could have come with a dagger. Yeah, someone will say we're not really that physical and that dangerous, but you never know. It's not the first time David has been exposed to things like this.
And let's not forget, Lati's responsibility is Davido, literally, because even while being a driver, his responsibility was taking care of Davido. He literally watched the guy grow. So
Davido should please send him to training, and if he's not, and if you raised him up from the ranks, hire professional bouncers, hire professional security. I don't think there's an excuse. I really don't. All right, there's a lot more. This one is getting to us. We might bring it back up with our guest who's going to be joining us shortly. But coming up next, we'll be taking a deep dive into a subject that always sparks debate. Our guest joins us to discuss body positivity and redefining beauty standards. Don't go away. Jasiri returns in a moment.
Welcome back to Jasiri. Remember, we are live on our social media platforms. If you're on the move, you cannot watch us on DSTV channel 422. You can still be part of the conversation on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Make sure you just hashtag Jasiri. That way we know you're watching. My village people can always...
If you don't consider anything,
they cannot win.
Consider the struggle.
Okay, so let's get into our conversation of the day. So have you ever felt pressure to change your appearance to fit into society's beauty standards? If yes, you're not alone. Trust me. This struggle is real. I felt it too. Now, society often bombards us, women in particular, with unrealistic beauty standards, leading many to resort to extreme measures to alter their appearance. But today, we're flipping that script and celebrating beauty in all its forms. Let's get right into the discussion and explore how we can redefine beauty on our own terms. Joining us now is someone who's not new or adverse to this conversation. She's an entrepreneur and one of the stars of the hit reality TV show, The Real Housewives of Lagos. Let's give a very nice Jasiri welcome to the 6-foot Amazon goddess herself, Faith Morey.
Thank you.
This white and this hat and this, I don't know. It's
I'm just
looking
feeling the
all
vibe.
purr,
I know.
all purr.
Morphic collection.
How many hats are in your collection?
I have about 15 different hats for now.
What, for now? So
now,
that means there's
yeah.
more coming.
Yes, because I started off using bikinis, and I realized that it wasn't a steady income only during
A certain
summer.
season.
Summer,
Yeah. So I was like, girl, you have to make money. You gotta go on that vacation. So I started adding little stuff, and hats and sunglasses are one of the things I love. And people were like, oh, I love your hat. I was like, why don't I sort out for hats?
Yeah.
And that's one of my most popular ordered stuff is hats, actually.
Okay, and it fits you, and you're wearing
I
it
know.
well.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so Faith,
Thank
let's
you.
get into this conversation. You're in the limelight on a very popular show in the era of social media. You're a beautiful woman. Jesus. It's Valentine's hangover, I'm very sorry. You're a beautiful woman, and whether you like it or not, you're going to see a lot of young girls and young ladies who look up to you. And we seem to put the toga of role model on everyone, whether they want it or not.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a role model?
Well, I do, and that's one of the reasons I actually joined the show, because I know how much effect, TV worked for me when I moved down to the U.S. I watched a couple of shows just to see where to go, good ambience, where to visit, where to travel to, and just to pick up on one or two things without me going to school to learn them. Like I said, I always mention this is all self-taught, So I would say yes, and with what people can say online, thank you, Faith, for actually teaching us that you can actually be calm, you can pass your message without actually being a bully, you can pass a message without going crazy. And I just wanted people to look at Black ladies, especially we Nigerians, in a different light. And I thought it was going to be 1% of us until the show aired, and I realized that there's a lot of us. And it's okay, as a single mom, it's okay for you to have a great relationship with your ex-husband. As, okay, an ex-wife or someone who have walked away from marriage, it's also okay not to banter your ex-husband to your kid. As a pretty girl, it's okay for people to realize that it's not just, I'm not a blonde, dumb girl, There's more to me. I'm a solar consultant. I have Morphic collection. Well, I'm hoping to go into movies. I'm a model. I'm also working with a couple of public schools in Port Harcourt, renovating a couple of the schools, providing scholarship to kids, girls' schools. Which is very passionate to me, my grandma, she was a teacher and taught for 30 years. So we started this charity single-handedly by me to actually help the school in her memory. So yeah.
Well, that's a lot, and it's applaudable, to be honest.
Yeah.
And speaking of perception, right, you did say that there's there's a way, and she did mention that Nigerians have, or in the world generally, the expectations that people have. So talking about perception, what do you think that Nigerians perceive as the perfect body?
It's changing every day. 10 years ago, it was a different conversation. Nobody would want to have Botox or fillers or even lip fillers, nobody will want. I remember I got my body done, and I always say like 2017, and at that time it wasn't something that we Nigerians were open to, so I had a lot of backlash, but it was my choice. It made me feel good. I was skinny, and my pictures are still online. I always post them to, I was hot and I'm still hot. So you never know, like, I feel like I didn't know I was going to be looked in this light where people go, oh, you are a role model. But I still believe we as parents, because I'm a mom of a soon-to-be 13-year-old kid, you have to try your best also to realize that you are also a role model. You have to teach your kids, let them filter what they watch online, who they look up to. Because at the end of the day, you're going to end up with a kid. Whoever they were looking up to online have their own life, their own personality. And I said it in episode 2. I said, I decide, and I'm sure most of us do, what I want to put out there.
Yeah.
So
great.
Yeah.
Does the backlash get to you? I mean, when critics, because you've had your body done, and people have been talking.
Yeah.
But does it get to you, the backlash?
Well, you have to remember, critics has to do with, it's their opinion. You don't have to take it.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that I have learned over 5-6 years is, I cannot argue with you how you feel. I can only react the way I feel will be better for me. I always listen. I will listen, and that's one thing on the Real Housewives. People go like, how the hell do you sit down all through this conversation? I will listen, but I also remember that sometimes it's what they want, and it's what they desire and cannot get. You know, and what people cannot understand, people will always fight what they cannot understand. And in my case, it was like, you have to be fake. You can't be this put together. You can't be this, you know. And it is what it is. And I'm happy that at the end of the day, you know, we are a lot of us that we just realize that there's more to life than, you know, social media. There's more to life than, you know, our physical appearance. You know, I love, you know, I called my doctor's name and people were like, are you crazy? And I was like, yeah. I was like, Dr. Gurani got my boobs and Dr. Lipo got my body done. You know, I love it. I wanted it.
What motivated you to do these procedures? I'm really interested in that.
I just wanted bigger boobs. I was a tomboy. I didn't have anything. I was playing basketball, and the worst thing as a lady to do when you're growing is actually playing sports and hardcore sports. You know, so I was playing for the junior team in River State at that time. I didn't have anything in front of me. I just wanted it. Yeah, and if I don't want it tomorrow, I can take it out. Yeah. You know, so, and then if I lose weight, my buttocks actually reduces, but at the end of the day, I just feel beautiful. Like, one of the problem people have with me is the way I walk into a room. I walk into the room that way because I feel like I'm a queen. Like,
we should have made you walk on set. I know, right? We would have made you walk on.
I love it. Like, when people say, oh my God, I will go back and walk in and say, I think you
will
need...
take a break and she's going to walk on.
Yes, I'm like, you need a lot of takes for you to take me in. You know? Yeah.
So let me ask on that, because we're talking about body positivity, and now in a way, some people are saying it's gone too far, that people are doing just too much in order to say it's what makes me happy. For someone who's had her breast done, was it a Brazilian? Or just any, whatever procedure you did for the butt. Somebody would say, why is it you that's talking about body positivity when you've altered your body? If you're not happy with the body you've had, how can you then be talking about body positivity? What do you think about that?
Well, I haven't gone back 3 or 4 times like most people would. I feel like one of the problems we have is that people don't have proper information and education when it comes to getting your body done. For Phil's example too, you know, most doctors would just want to, if you pay them, they take money and they keep going. When I when I had my boobs done, I was supposed to have my body done, and my doctor told me, I have 3 kids, and there are 3 girls. I will never want them to go through what you're about to go through because you don't have enough body fat. He gave me back my money and did my breast augmentation. Now, whether I'm fit to be the best person to speak on this, I don't know, but I'm only here to speak on my experience as a person. Finding out who the doctors are, one of the steps, I always tell people the cheapest, you know, step and the easiest step is for you to pay for your surgery. You know, recovery, you know, picking the doctors, researching, adhering to whatever things they tell you to do, like no drinking for a month, no smoking. Most people actually die because they lie. You know, they still smoke, drink until that time. They go through your EKG, you know, your aftercare. If you follow me on social media, 5 years later, I'm still doing my lymphatic massage because I want to keep the body, you know. So I always tell people, like, if you're going to do it in a moderate proportion where you don't look like a SpongeBob SquarePants in a way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know, so yeah.
Faith, I'm so sorry. You said, what is it?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants. And so I know you've seen the phenomenon of the BBL in this Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people will blame, whether it's pop culture, it's movies, it's, some might say people like you, it's music, it's the video vixen, it's just so many influences, particularly for young girls that are pushing them, saying that this is the standard, that this is what they ought to look like. When we look at all of that, and social media standards as well now, because as you said, people pick what they show, they're curating. How do you think that influence is really playing out, particularly with this generation?
Well, the minute I said something about censoring, you know, my son is 13 and he doesn't have any social media
at all.
No, I'm sorry. It's not possible. He only has a phone because he's in a boarding school.
And he needs
to they give him his phone around 6 p.m. and takes his phone at 9. And I have parental control where I can see what apps he visits and what he does. So obviously, I will not deny the fact that social media has actually made this when they call beauty standard the way it is in our community or our generation. I would say, to be honest, I I think doing it in a moderation, if you need to do it, it still boils down to information. Now, you have to understand also that these girls who end up having this gigantic butt,
She's seen it. We've all seen it.
yes, yeah, they would tell the doctor, I want this. It's still, I said, research a good doctor. Look at who the doctor is. If you get it done, it's going to get stuck with you. The only way for you to reduce it is for you to go back again, go through that same pain. So I feel like I've spoken to one or two of them, and it wasn't the size they asked for, but they did not have a picture presentation. They did not have proper consultation with the doctor before. Yes, a lot of people also go for cheaper doctors.
Yeah.
You see it in the US I think it was 5-6 years ago, where you see some of them were being injected with cement.
With cement,
and
tire
chemical.
filler,
Yeah.
yes.
They didn't know.
They're going to the Dominican Republic now.
Yeah, they didn't know that. Even for fillers, the same thing. They didn't know that. So proper information is very essential when it comes to getting your body done. And whether you decide to go natural or you decide to get your body done, just love yourself. Love yourself the way you are.
I mean, my thing is, right, we're preaching body positivity. We're trying to enhance, beauty, self-care, making people love what they look like. But at the same time, there seems to be a conflict because every time you go on social media, there's somebody that looks perfect, that doesn't look like you.
Yeah.
And then no matter how good looking you are, someone can have big butts. And then that's what people are literally dying for.
Yeah.
But then the tummy is protruding. And then people are telling you, I mean, your butt is okay, but the tummy, you have to do something about it. And you are trying to say, I want to love myself the way I am. But then you're going on social media and then you're seeing these influencers, you're seeing the actors, you're seeing the people who basically kind of dictate, consciously or subconsciously what you should look like. And then you're seeing them looking like what you want to look like. And then you're stuck. How do we create a balance between body positivity and, drawing the line? At what point is it too much? At what point do you have to stop wanting to look like someone else and just be yourself and not be pressured into wanting to look like someone else?
Well, beauty for me is loving yourself, and there are so many contributions when it comes to qualities of what beauty is. It could be your height, it could be your weight, it could be your facial structure, it could be your skin tone, it could be your hair, your style. So many things actually bring, identify when it comes to beauty, right? So to answer your question, self-love. I got my body done, but I can go online today and see someone else's body. I'm like, oh my God, I want her body, and I'm back again.
Yeah.
And then I get that again, and I'm like, no, the hip was too small. Maybe I'm gonna go back.
It's addictive.
It's not addictive. It has to do with self-love. Most people think when I get my body done, my life is gonna change.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It has to do with your heart, not the body. Because I always tell people, there's always someone prettier than you, taller than you,
Definitely.
lighter than you, darker than you, that can do better job than you have, So what are you gonna do when you see someone prettier than you? Each time you go feeling your cheeks, no. So whatever it is you're doing, do it in a moderation. And also in the US, they have standards where, a lot of doctors cannot go beyond. They're going to take their license. And that's the reason why most girls go to Dominican Republic and the rest of them. So yeah, it's self-love.
So if you had to do it all over with all the pressure that has come and all of that, would you do the exact same things? Would you change anything? Are you absolutely happy with the results you have before you?
Or you do
Oh my goodness.
She wants to stand up.
Well, yes.
You're gonna walk in, don't worry.
I was very tempted to do that. I love bikinis because I'm satisfied, and I also remember, I had to use mental training, talk to myself every day. Faith, you're beautiful. Faith, it's okay, And to be honest, I love my body. Every chance I get, I'm always I will show it off. Like I said on the show, I like showing it. I like showing some boobs because I paid a lot of money for it. So I'm not gonna cover it for nobody, So to answer your question, I don't know. I feel like it's a personal preference, I got mine done once and I liked it. And maybe because I researched for a couple of years before I got it done. I also my son was young then, and I knew that he was going to see something different, so I spoke to my son and he was like, hey, so can you take it out when you want to? And I said, yes, Another thing was my partner at that time, didn't believe, I should do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this is what will make me happy.
It's not for you. It wasn't for him, it was for you.
It was for me. And 6-7 years later, I can walk into a room like I paid for the room because I feel confident in myself. So, yeah.
I want a mommy makeover. I've said it. No, I won't even lie. If you know me, I've been very honest about it. I want a mommy makeover. Once I'm done, we need to snatch. There are other words I wanted to use, but this is stupid. I can't use those words. But we need to snatch, enhance. I want to go back to, I understand.
Why they were premiering, I think it was episode 6, where I had 2 of my friends on the show, Tiana and Laura, staycation with my son and my brother and their kids. Someone wrote underneath my comment, this is what you call a queen. She has not gotten her body done, this, that. And I was like, darling, no. Go watch episode 2. I stated my doctors. I never want people to take, I'm never that one person that will go, a lot of us that, I go to the gym a lot, yes, but gym is not how I got my body. I've spoken to a lot of ladies online. They're like, hey, babe, I want your stomach. Okay, I got my body snatched, but I also had to, go to the gym.
I also need to snatch some help.
You have to that,
you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, how do I get skinny? Oh, listen, I did a lipo, but I also had to follow up with eating healthy over the years and doing my exercise.
But do you think we talk about the side effects enough? Because most people don't even know that these things have side effects.
They're looking at the end goal.
I don't know about a side effect. I only know that, like I said, research. I've not experienced any side effect, So I think having an implant is different from a BBL.
Yeah.
Because an implant, you put in a foreign object in there. Because I have an implant on my boobs, I have to visit a doctor here or there, just to make sure that it's not leaked, it's okay, So putting money together just to get the surgery done, nah.
It's not enough.
You have to remember it's a long time commitment. So until people have proper information on aftercare and what to do afterwards, actually your massages are more expensive than your surgery. Your aftercare is. You go to Miami, you'll see doctors during the summer that are actually having like sales because they're close to Colombia, right? But like aftercare will cost you probably $15K or more.
Wow.
So yeah.
But the after effects, I know that Blessings is talking about. We've seen some of that. Women have, not just women, and that's a point to also be made, that men too are now in an increasing segment in this cosmetic surgery situation. I can't believe
it's true. And my doctor today, I was getting my body done. I saw like a same-call couples. They actually came together to get their body done. They wanted a stomach snatch.
Six-pack.
Yeah, and they wanted some added muscle on their arm, and I think the feminine one wanted a little, butt.
A little round.
Yeah,
but does it go well with the frame?
That's what I was saying about researching with a doctor.
Yeah.
You have to get doctors that are also afraid to lose their license, who also think about their reputation, not the money. It's not like a slaughterhouse. There's some doctors you go to, like, it's like every 1 hour you're seeing 5-6 patients coming out. It's just like bam, bam,
They're
bam.
Just doing it.
You're just doing it, So researching, and the good thing about it is that now we now have the internet.
That makes
We
it
have a
easy.
lot of girls who have done their body done. They actually have YouTube. Just all you have to do is search the doctor on the YouTube. You will see someone who have had their body done. And yes, they also have a side effects only if the doctor is not a proper doctor. You've seen some of them where they have like infections, stuff like that.
Gangrene, infections,
It's proper,
sepsis. People have lost limbs because of doing this. And I always remember Dr. Is it Dr. 902? No, the two, Dr. Dubrow and Botched.
Yes.
Botched. And I always remember when the doctor saying that the Brazilian butt lift is actually one of the most dangerous surgeries for anyone to undergo. So I think the point Blessings is making is very clear, that also the emphasis on really understand what the possible side effects could really be. All right, Faith, we're going to take a break, and Faith is going to give us the walk. She has to come back in with that walk, but it also means we're going for a break because Hot Topics is coming up next. So stick around. It's something that Faith really can definitely bite into. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Jasiri, and in case you're just joining, you've missed a lot. We still have Faith Morey, our entrepreneur and reality TV star, the 6-foot Amazon goddess. And before we continue,
Here she comes.
Okay, all right,
Hey, oh,
girl. Wow, it's hot in here. It's hot in here.
Day after Valentine, and it's still burning.
She actually said that she walks into a room like she bought the room. I feel like she just bought me too. Can I get my receipt at least to know how much I was bought for?
I need to learn the strut. So if you're following us on social media, which I hope you are, we are at News Central TV. Use the hashtag Jasiri. We're gonna have Faith put us through our paces. Faith,
Yes, darling.
which one of us do you think is going to fail? No, I must get this model walk today. Oh. No, we must do it.
I feel like all of you have an attitude, so yes.
It's the
Like
big
the
perm.
sassy, like, girl.
All right, so we're going to see what happens. That'll be after the show, of course. But it's time for our favorites and Blessing's favorite segment. It's Hot Topics.
Yes! All right, now to, okay. Can I talk now?
Yes. Yes.
Favorite part of the show. Nigerian football star Alex Iwobi found himself at the receiving end of vicious attacks following his performance in the African Cup of Nations final. Now, these incidents have sparked conversations about the prevalence of cyberbullying and its impact on individuals. At first it was quite funny, banter here and there, but eventually, we're seeing this guy take down his post and people still went for him. In fact, someone said, what do you guys mean? If someone didn't play well, won't we tell him he didn't play well? He disappointed us, and lots of things like that. And that kind of led to a kind of solidarity because people started saying, we all play together, one love, brother, and things like that. Faith,
Yes.
there was a lot of... a lot of online whispers about how you were treated. Let's start with you, on the show. That's the Real House.
That's the first sort of uncomfortable reaction I've seen from you.
Yeah.
That's the Real Housewives of Lagos.
Well, because it's a touchy subject. And yes, we all have been bullied either in school, in our workplace, within our daily lives. So the reality show was our real life, and people got to see that that's how we have people every day of our life. The only difference is that there was a camera following us. So as a kid, I went through bullying. If you're tall, you remember then the tallest person was always the old mama in the class, So I have developed thick skin when it comes to that. You can try to bully me, but you cannot bully me. I will literally listen to you and sip my wine or champagne, and I wish I have my big glass, but yeah. Yes. I understand Nigeria is going through a lot, and this football season was an escape for us. We just wanted to win. But I'm asking football fanatics and fans, remember, not only one man makes the team.
Yes.
Even if he was the best player, there's no way they would have won the game because it's a team effort and a team sport. Nevertheless, bullying of any kind is not supposed to be tolerated, is not an excuse for you. Because you have to remember, people always say the fact that you're a celebrity or you've put yourself out there, this is what you deserve or this is what you get. There's a difference between telling people your opinion and bullying them. Have you forgotten that most of us do not have the same mindset or emotional, strength when it comes to what you can take and what you cannot take? He has a family. He has his teammates. You want him to play next year or for FIFA, for other games. Do you want them to call him and he's like, no, my people do not appreciate me. He's a great story. He's telling our story out of the country. Please applaud them. They did a great job. They did try,
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
And so that, we talked about it earlier with Davido, like fans feeling like they own them. We're seeing some of it, particularly with this Alex Iwobi situation as well. Nigerians are like, we're the ones who support you, we make you. Someone says if you don't play well, but there's a difference between if you don't play well and literally trolling and bullying. This is a grown man who has deleted his post on Instagram, closed the comment section on his subsidiary Instagram pages as well. You have the super egos. There's only just one picture left, and it's with 1.3 million followers. The Super Eagles goalkeeper in Wabali said in an interview that if it was him he would have broken down by now. And as well, we heard from Sadiq Umar, who wasn't even on the field. He was also attacked online. And then Captain Ahmed Musa even had to do a post and say, guys, stop, calm down, it's enough. And as of now, we're just hearing that he doesn't even have a picture on that page. So it's almost like everything has been archived. Do we really think of the psychological impact? And I think it's also a Nigerian thing, because we saw how Nigerians were trolling other countries. We troll ourselves. We're quite aggressive, sarcastic. Those are the things, those are unfortunate sort of like components of Nigerian life. And so we don't sometimes know when to draw the line. What do you think?
I think there's a difference between being sarcastic and also bullying, because you have to put yourself in their shoes. If I was the one receiving, you know, this insult or this exchange, how would that make me feel? And if it's not a laughing, you know, if someone says, oh, let's say Faith, oh my God, you're tall like a giraffe. Yes, of course I'm tall, you know. But when you start, you know, talking about things that, you know, you're tall, but you're not pretty, you're not this, you're not that, it's not going to affect me, obviously, because I know it's your opinion. But these guys have been playing for weeks. Remember, before they go into play, they train for hours. We have been proud of them for weeks. We've been jumping, saying Nigeria, we'll be trolling other countries like, yes, we got it. But it's a game. Like, guys, it's a game. Like, would we feel happy if we wake up in the morning and realize he committed suicide?
Exactly.
Because that's some people that cannot take it.
And I see that. I mean, of course, we know that cyberbullying is not something that should be tolerated. But for a long time, there's been that debate of whether or not celebrities should be more prepared, because people expect that whatever you're doing as a celebrity, you will be bullied. So that brings the question, is it something that celebrities need to prepare more for? Or is this something that shouldn't even be in the picture in the first? I mean, why do we have to prepare to be bullied? It's like, if you've not been bullied as a celebrity, you're not a celebrity.
Right.
And it's unnecessary. What
and
do
let
you
me
think?
add to that, because of time as well. Are you at the point where, with all the things you've seen, you think there should be stricter social media regulations? We know that the platforms they say they fight bullying, but they really don't. We've seen a lot of things, you know, slip through the cracks and all that. Should we be talking about more strict regulations for cyberbullying?
Listen, I'm going to answer both questions together. In America, there is a law that when you cyberbully someone, you either be charged with misdemeanor or by felony, especially if the person has an attempted suicide or the person dies.
Successful suicide.
If the person did not, but you were caught bullying them, there's a jail time. I think there should be some kind of rule or regulation guiding us towards what can I post and what can I not post when it comes to stuff like that. And now, to your question, there's no amount of preparation that will prepare you for cyberbullying, because people are different. Remember, it's their opinion. They keep hammering what they think that you should do or should have been done, or you should look like, or you should deliver. So I can wake up tomorrow and I have folks bullying me for something, probably my white hat. I don't like your white hat. You would have won, So what am I going to do? There's nothing that will prepare you for it, to be honest with you. And it is what it is. I just hope that there are stricter laws when it comes to that. And yes, they have a couple of platforms that help out when it comes to like the scenario of bullying, like Instagram. I know there's a couple, your setting.
Reports,
you can actually have words that you feel like
you filter out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have hidden comments, most of my comments, and I know better not to touch to read, because those are the words that I put in there. So it's a dog word, but at the end of the day, we should also be our brother's keeper, because they've done great.
They've represented us.
Yeah, and whether they're actresses, they're actors, they're models, they're celebrities, influencers, please, it takes a lot of work to put stuff out there, and I think we should actually uplift ourselves.
And that's the word for us to end on. Thank you so much, Faith Morey, for being our guest. I hope you had a good time.
Yes.
Yes. We'll leave it at that. Yes. But it's time for us to go as well. And you know what we tell you at the end of every single show? It's 10 a.m. West African time. It's at News Central TV. The hashtag is at Jasiri. The hashtag is Jasiri. And we'll be back with another great show tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Hot Topics special. The guests that we have. Don't Make sure you're here tomorrow morning. It's going to be a good one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Thank you for having me.